Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, this is my second time doing this video. I kind of messed up the last one because I X'd out the tab or whatever. But anyway, I want to do this I wanted this video very badly, so I'm going to do it. Makayla Plant, 168-pound fighter, signed to Louis DeCuba Jr. and Al Heyman, fighting under the PBC banner. This is a fighter that, when I look at PBC, the guys that they put the money behind, and overall, if there was one guy that necessarily isn't a big name right now, they should put the money behind, I believe that this is the guy. Because I look at Makayla Plant, I see someone who is a sound fighter all around. Slips shots really well, picks his shots really well, has some power. Just someone who I believe could become a champion and be able to hold a title for a good amount of time, especially in the 168-pound division where you don't have necessarily the most talent in the world. It's not the deepest division in boxing by any stretch of the imagination. So I can see Makayla Plant doing some things, doing some good things at 168. His ability to make people miss and counter them, will neutralize fighters and allow him to, win a lot of fights. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this year because I heard from some interviews that he's been in that he's getting a world title shot at the end of the year, so hopefully that holds true, and the kid can show improve. But I wanted to play you guys a clip from Fight Hype. He was at the Sean Porter gym out there in Vegas, which I hope to get to next month. But he was at the Sean Porter gym in Las Vegas, and he sparred with Sean Porter. They're good friends. I've seen them post a couple things on Instagram before, so I know they're no strangers to each other. But Makayla Plant, after that sparring session, did an interview with Fight Hype, and he started, I liked him because, number one, I saw him fight here in June, which was his last fight, ironically. He hasn't fought since last June on the Ransom Bartholomew Mickey Bay undercard. He fought a dude named Juan de Angel. Don't know much about his opponent, but I would say on that card, you had a lot of talent. You had Gervonta Davis, Latondria Jones, Steve Jaffard, Manuel Rodriguez. You had, obviously, Bartholomew Bay. I would honestly say that of all the fighters tonight, he had the best performance. Like, the guy went out there and he put on a boxing clinic, and he was probably the most enjoyable to watch, in my opinion. And it's funny, a lot of people around me who aren't even big boxing fans, they like the Makayla Plant fight as well. So just seeing the reaction he got from a lot of people that were sitting around me, I was led to believe that maybe this guy could be something in boxing, and I think he could be something in boxing because he's a really good fighter from a skill standpoint. He's still got to prove himself. He's only 14 fights in, and he hasn't really stepped it up yet. But he hasn't fought since June, and he's been trying to step it up. And one thing I like about this guy is that he's naming the dudes that ducked him. Like, this is crazy. This is unprecedented stuff. So I'm going to play the clip, and then we'll dissect from there. Here's what Makayla Plant said about certain fighters ducking him.
Been a little bit of inactivity for me. Not too much. Just since August, so we've been trying to make fights, and they're just not falling through. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got one now?
I try to fight Emmanuel Lean. Don't want no smoke. I try to fight Dominique Wade. Don't want no smoke. A couple other guys. Ronald Graville, just to get a fight. I said, I don't know, I gotta think about it. Think about what? Talk to my management. I'm talking to you. This is what boxing is about. We're supposed to fight. I want to fight. That's what I do this for. So now it's harder to get some of these other prospects in here. I want to go ahead and find out now. Oh, let's wait till let's find out right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
I'm trying to move. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, we wait till and then let's go ahead.
That's a fighter's mentality. That's a real fighter's mentality.
Yeah. I don't fight for belts and all that. I fight, you know what I'm saying? It's my life. It's what I do. So, push back. So, now we just gonna wait and see who bite on the bait.
Ooh. And last off for the...
Alright, so there you have it, man. Makayla Plant names, I don't know what Emmanuel Lean is really, but the two guys' names I did know, I know Dominic Wade. Obviously, most of us know Dominic Wade. He fought Golovkin and has a pretty good amateur pedigree. And then Ronald Graville, who's the Romanian middleweight for TMT, I know him as well. So he's trying to get, he's past 14 fights. he's trying to get those key prospect building fights that take guys to the next level. Like when you're a fighter at his stage of his career, you're trying to get those fights against guys who are at your level that have somewhat names that you can beat, and that will in turn get you a name, move you up the ranks, and put you in position to get a title shot. But he has not been able to get those fights, and all we can really do is speculate because he's not a big name. So we know Caleb isn't necessarily bringing a lot of money to the table at this point in his career. It's funny too because he's at a pro level. He's still very untested. Only 14 fights against mostly no-name oppositions that he was supposed to be all showcase fights. And 3, even if you look at his amateur pedigree where he's won some Golden Glove titles, he's still coming from, I believe Tennessee. And people might question, how deep is the talent in Tennessee, things of that nature. So there's only, if you're not going to fight a guy like Makayla Plant at this stage of his career, it's probably because stylistically you don't think it's a good fight for you. And I don't blame a lot of fighters. The guy, Makayla Plant is a great rhythm fighter. He's someone who can counterpunch pretty well. Uses his jab effectively to neutralize his opponents. When I look at Makayla Plant, I see a guy who has potential. We still gotta see how he does, but has potential to snatch up a title at 168 and makes be a really good champion in the division. Maybe unify some titles, and potentially be a dominant champion. He has those skills. When you're looking at a fighter, if you're trying to pick skills to win fights, he has those skills, and it's just a matter of getting the right fights, getting the right experience, so those skills can be tested, sharpened, and ready for championship level boxing. But there you have it, man. Dominic Wade, Ronald Graville, and Manuel Lean, or whatever his name is, ducking Makayla Plant already. So it says a lot about your skills. When you're 14 fights in your career, you're still relatively unproven, and these guys don't want to fight him. So hopefully he can get those key prospect building fights that can move him up the rankings and get him in position for title shots. I'm really rooting for the guy. And if look, I'm just a guy who covers boxing on YouTube. But if I'm Al Heyman, if I'm Premier Boxing Champions, and I'm looking at someone who's not a big name like outside of Keith Thurman and Sean Porter and guys, Danny Garcia, these guys that they promote, I'm looking at a guy like Makayla Plant. I'm putting my money behind Makayla Plant. I'm putting him on some undercards. I'm putting him on some fights that people can get to see him in. Maybe some Showtime cards. And hopefully maybe even a main event if he catches on. So we'll see what happens, man. But Makayla Plant already being ducked 14 fights into his career. How crazy is that? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dayton. So until next time, take care, guys.